Hi, we're the Clark family, and we've sold our house and packed up our lives and moved to Galicia in northern Spain.
So follow us as we start our new lives, learn new skills, join a new community, and try to live a more sustainable life.
Hi everybody, welcome back to Escape from El Campo. Just me this week. Emma and the kids they've gone back to the UK for a few days. Emma on business and the kids to see friends and family. So yeah, not a lot has taken place this week on the here in Galicia. The weather has been abysmal. Last Sunday we were out in shorts and t-shirt, stacking wood, which I'll show you in a minute. We've had a delivery of wood, stacking wood. On Tuesday I dropped Em off at the airport and ended up driving back through the most horrendous snowstorm. It was incredible, really. We're quite high up here, and getting to the airport at Vigo, again we're going even higher, but nonetheless the snow is incredible, and we've had torrential rain and wind and sleet and snow for most of the week. So yeah, I've been hiding indoors, working, doing some work indoors for my job, and yeah, just keeping a bit of a low profile. So what I thought I'd do this week is just give you a quick rundown of where we're up to with everything, progress that's been made with the plant and the seeds and the wood, etc. So yeah, here we go. Come on, Albert, out of the way. That's not me heavy breathing, that's Albert. What are you chewing? Ugh. Well, as you can see, signs of spring everywhere. If Albert gets out of the way, yeah, I think these must be some sort of snowdrops. And also we've got these really vibrant blue flowers. They're almost sort of going into the ultraviolet spectrum. These popping up everywhere, lovely. The gorse is going over a little bit now, but still a splash of cover everywhere from the gorse. As you can see, the willows are still making good progress, still growing. Photo bombed again by Albert. Yeah, as you can see, the rows are growing nicely. All this rain will have helped. I mean, it's not been, like I said, it's been bitterly cold, but I think the weather's due to the temperature's due to start going up again next week, but with more rain on and off. So perfect sort of growing weather. Yeah, they're really pleased with the progress on. So as I said, last Sunday we were sorting out our wood, our leña for next year. Our neighbour Pepe delivered us some wood, as you can see here. I should keep us going for a while. So he's cleared some trees down just adjacent to our land, and he asked us if we wanted the wood. So yeah, of course we do. So he's dropped a still down here. So I need to get up here with a chainsaw and sort some of this out, some of these longer bits out. Pepe's got what I understand from my pidgin Spanish and his pidgin English, that he's got a machine to break these larger bits up. So we're just putting them to one side for the time being. And we cleaned out the this wood store. So this is the store that we put the green wood in to dry out over the summer, and once it's dried in the summer, October time, we'll start transporting this down to closer to the house and to the old dog pen area. So we need to process all of this into here and to get it drying over the summer. And if you can see in the background there, the ladies are being very vocal. They're going great guns as well. Looks like they're covering themselves in food by the looks of it, by the colour of their backs. The run chicken door's been working great. They've been putting themselves away at night and getting themselves up in the morning. So yeah, just pop up a couple of times a day just to make sure everything's all right. The feed's not run out and they've still got water. Yeah, I'm really pleased. Still no eggs though. So maybe they're still a bit too young. Maybe our neighbour wasn't quite as right as what she thought she was when they thought these were ready for laying immediately. But Yeah, still no eggs. So the lettuces and the polytunnel have started to go to seed. So I'm bringing as you can see, we're hanging a bit of lettuce up here each day for the ladies, and they love it. I think it's pretty much highlighted their day. This little black cocker spaniel keeps pushing his nose up against here to try and get into these chickens. No, you can't come in. They'd probably eat you for dinner anyway. Yeah, so they're loving, as you can see, they seem to love this. Just gonna make sure their food's okay. It's nice to feel a bit of sun on your back. Yeah, there's loads of food in there. They love that. Plenty of water. Let's have a quick look inside, see if we can see any eggs. No, no eggs. Look, he's back again. He's a chicken hound. So we'll leave the ladies to it, feeding away, showering in food, and you can see the dust bath they've made for themselves in the back here. Look. Loving it, loving life, even though they're following me away. No, you can't come out. Then somebody's happy the sun's out. See, this is a plum tree in the background, one of the old ones that we trimmed back earlier. Now the blossom's gone from it now, but it's certainly out in leaf. And this is the plum tree that we planted earlier in the year. It's got some leaves growing down below there. Yeah, that sun's really quite nice now it's come out. So as you can see, we had quite a lot of comments about our erection for the kiwi trees, and also a couple of locals who've been up. They said, yeah, it's not man enough. We're going to have to adapt it. Have to get rid of these poles. I think the wire will be okay. I mean, that'll take quite a bit of weight, but these poles need adapting. And the kiwis are going for it. So this is the macho. So this is the male one. Because with kiwis, you need a male and you need one male to about 3 or 4 females, I believe. The rest are female trees. You can see they're just starting to come out. And again, down now, I don't know if you can see that, down in the tube, they seem to be growing really well. I suppose it's like a little greenhouse down there. So here we go. These are growing as well. It's a great sign. What are these? Peaches. Yes, these peaches are growing. Lovely. Got some flowers on here. So these are nectarines. So it's just great to see that they're actually growing. You know, the roots must be doing something underground. They must be taking in some nutrients to give them energy to put these leaves. And these are the pear trees, which don't really show any signs. I don't think. Oh yes, here we go. So yeah, these are budding. Yeah, these are budding nicely. So yeah. So it's all good. So that's all good stuff. And then we come down to the old chicken tractor, which I don't know if you can tell where we're moving it for. So this is where they were yesterday after I moved them, and they've been moved all the way down here, so you can see where they've been. I've had to, because of the wind and the rain, and the snow to try and keep the wind and the wet off of the chickens. I've used some of this damp-proof membrane just to sling over the top of the coop to keep the wind off of them. And down the bottom here, it's just a fence. That's just a fence post to add a bit of weight to stop the wind getting under it and taking it away. That's where they all are. So it's one of the drawbacks of having the plastic over to keep the wind and the rain off of them is they're not getting so much sun, so they're all cramped into this corner here, trying to get a bit of heat. And yeah, they're eating away nicely. Again, the chicken run door is doing the job. That these guys aren't putting themselves away at night, so I have to come up every night and physically manhandle them into the coop. But in the morning, they're getting themselves up. I think because these are meat chickens for consumption, they don't seem as agile, especially the white ones. They're not as agile as what the gallinas, the egg layers. So I'm not sure they can physically actually get up the ladder. I think the brown ones probably could, because they're much more agile. But the little white ones, yeah, not so much. Yeah, but the tractor seems to be working okay-ish. I've had awful trouble with the wheels and moving it. It's been a constant battle, and I think part of the problem is just the sheer weight of the tractor on those wheels. You know, making it so robust, especially the coop part of it for keeping the fox out. The weight may be a little excessive, and the wheels are really struggling with it. I've had a couple of occasions where I've been moving it and the wheels have completely fell off. I've tried redesigning it, the wheels, and it's just not worked. So I'm making do with what we've got here at the minute, but going forwards, I think I'm going to have a little redesign of the lower part of the chicken tractor. Apart from that, no signs of Foxy trying to get in. Keeping the radio on, keeping the solar lights all charged up, obviously. Seems to be doing the job, and obviously our dog's coming around here, marking the area with their scent, and it's hopefully keeping Foxy away. So just to give you a flavour of how windy it got earlier in the week. Last Saturday night we sat out here with our sort of deck chairs that we had from the motorhome, drinking cider from the Asturias with friends. We had the fire pit going just to keep the chill off. I think it was Tuesday. There was an almighty gust of wind, and this metal lid blew off the fire pit. So just sort of show you how windy it was for the wind to get under there and lift that lump of metal up. Okay, we'll go down to the polytunnel. Oh, it's just a quick one. The old apple and pear trees. Previous videos we'd ummed and ahed about what we were going to do with them. So Emma was out the other Monday at her painting class, so I took the matter into my own hands. Not so much pruning, but yeah, it was just, everything was rotten, just so much rot in there. I think I've removed as much of the rot as I can. There's not a lot of tree left. Don't know if it's going to do anything now. And these pear trees, the actual bark around them, if you look in the cracks of the bark, the stem inside is sort of shrunk away from the bark. So I don't think these are much longer for this world anyway. The plan in the future anyway is to sort of develop this area into sort of a patio area, because this is sort of southerly. This is facing south. The sun sets over there, so this is sort of at the end of the day. Sort of an ideal position to be in with a glass of wine or a glass of cider, just to see the day out. Anyway, that's our butchered apple tree. Take you down to the polytunnel. See where we are. You see the black plastic still on. I think that's going to be coming off in the next week or so. We'll see if it's done the job. Hopefully it's suppressed some of the weeds. This grass here, you won't believe I cut this grass here. Was it 10 days ago? It's relentless. Considering it's not been that warm either. So here's the garlic we planted last October. So I guess this is going to be ready about June time. So that's going great guns. Needs a bit of weeding down here. You can tell Emma's not been around. And this is the grelos that we were gifted. So that seems to be going quite well, considering the weather we've had. And these strawberries, which, you know, despite being quite small, look really healthy actually. Yeah, so this bed here is full of strawberries again. Just need to get in there and get all this grass out. But like I said, the weather's not really been that nice for being outside this week. I think this is the best bit of sunshine we've had in a few days. Well, since last Sunday. But it's certainly not warm until we get inside the polytunnel. So as soon as you get the slightest bit of sunshine, this place heats up. 25 degrees in here. So a couple of weeks back, these were all the plants the seeds we planted on the top here. So let's have a quick run through of what we got. I think these are all melons, various kinds of melons. The ones at the back came up first, and all the rest seem to be popping up now. So it looks like we're going to have at least one kind of each melon. Sweet corn, chickpeas, some more chickpeas, and I think these ones here, I think these are loofahs. So it sort of grows like a cucumber. But then once it's grown, you dry it out and peel the skin off of it, and you can use it as a sort of a natural sponge. So that's the idea behind them there. These are the beans that we planted, beans and peas. So yeah, these are growing really well. All these beans and peas, all various kinds of peas and beans for cow dough, etc. These ones at the top are tomatoes. No sign of life from them. Not sure what they are at the back. Oh, they're cucumbers. These are cucumbers at the back there. And then underneath, these are the ones we planted a while ago. So we've got sunflowers, and these are various types of tomatoes. This tray at the end is peppers, but it doesn't look as if they're going to do anything. But it looks, oh, saying that, there's one there popping up. At the back are jalapeno peppers. All various kinds of peppers should be coming up in here, but yeah, it doesn't look great. I think this is actually a weed rather than a pepper. Yeah. So sunflowers and cabbages and flowers, just ornamental flowers. And the rest of the greenhouse is looking well. Like I said, the lettuces are beginning to go over a bit. They're beginning to bolt. It's quite dry in here. I've just turned the water on to get some water in here. And again, it needs a good old weed. Emma and I went through here the other week, perhaps 10 days ago. But wow, the grass is really making an impact when you really need to get stuck into this. Yeah, so That's the polytunnel. So if we have a quick walk down to the orchard, or what's going to be the orchard. I suppose it is an orchard now, it's just not very impressive orchard at the minute. Just see how these apple trees are getting on. Don't know if you can see in the distance on the hill there. Just where it changes colour from dark to light. That's another bank of rain on its way down on the way down the mountain. It's going to hit us in 10 minutes or so, I would imagine. It's strange because here that this is sort of a southwesterly wind, whereas in the UK you get a southwesterly wind. It's generally a warmer wind. It's always flipping freezing when that wind blows. Yeah, so we're getting some signs of growth off the apple trees. So these first 6, these are eating apples. The rest are for cider. Yeah, there we go. Yep, so we're getting some life off of them, and down inside its own micro greenhouse. Yeah, so they're going. Here we go. Going great guns. Yeah, so they're all at it. So the plan for this piece of land here is potatoes, and well, this bit down here we're going to have some potatoes in here. Not all of it, because that'll be like 1,000,000 potatoes. And at the top, what we're going to try and do is use squash to cover the ground to prepare it for next year. So the idea is that the squash covers the ground really well. It's a real good ground covering plant, and therefore it'll hopefully stop all the other plants from growing there, because it's taken all the light away. I suppose it's a natural alternative to the plastic. So we're going to put squash in there, we're going to put sweet corn in there, and we're going to put beans in there. So the idea is that the sweet corn grows, the beans grow up the sweet corn, and then the squash covers the ground. So that's the idea. I think it's called the Three Sisters, or the Trinity, or the Holy Trinity, or something like that. But our friend / neighbour Pepe, when I was speaking to him the other day, he was asking what we were doing with this bit of land, and I explained to him, and he says he'd bring his tractor down here, and he's going to spread manure on it for us, and turn it over with his tractor, which is not really in keeping with our philosophy of the sort of no dig, which is what this area is going to be. But the way I look at it, you can only do so much in such amount of time, and if he's going to come down and do it, I mean, he'll do this in like a couple of hours, won't he? For me to deal with this, it'll take days and days and days. And once the potatoes are in as well, they're good. Also another good plant for prepping the soil for the following year for other crops. We left this area here in case we wanted to put another polytunnel up. No plans for it at the minute, but no point planting the trees right next to the polytunnel if we wanted to put another polytunnel here in the future. So this year I think this is going to be an area for flowers and sunflowers in there. So that's the sort of overview, the sort of plan. We'll see how it goes. So that's it for this week. Bit different, quick overview of what we're doing. Emma and the kids will be back next week, so back to normal service as we settle back into the routine. Happy Easter to everybody. Hope you have a great weekend.